Hello everyone, my name is Chitra Goswami and this video is for the summary of lesson number 24 and the name of the lesson is Hobbies and Pastime. The objective of the lesson is that students will learn vocabulary to identify different pastimes or hobbies and speak about their hobbies. For the first step, you will start by explaining the activity and inviting students to raise their hands if they have a hobby they'd like to talk about, and you will assure them that it's okay to feel a bit shy. Everyone is here to learn and share. Then you will create a list. As students raise their hands, note down or list the hobbies they mention on the board visible to everyone in the class. Then you will discuss each hobby. After creating the list, you will go through hobbies one by one. You will begin by calling out the first hobby on the list. For example, if the first hobby mentioned was painting, you will ask the student who shared about it to talk a bit about their interest in painting. You will encourage them to describe why they enjoy it, what they paint, or any special moments related to this hobby. Then, after discussing one hobby, you will open the floor for other students to ask questions or share their thoughts about that particular hobby. You will encourage a brief discussion or comments from other classmates, and you will repeat the process. You will move down the list discussing each hobby as mentioned, and you will ensure everyone who wants to share gets a chance. Then you will ask one question from the students. The question is, what is a hobby and what is a pastime? Then you will share their answers with the class. For the second step, you will ask students to watch AV24, and after everyone has watched, you will discuss how can we ask a person for his or her hobby without using the word hobby, and are all hobbies a good use of time? Give example. For the third step, you will ask students to complete A2 exercise and share their responses without looking at the workbook. You will ensure that the students use do or don't, does or doesn't correctly. While students are sharing their hobbies, other students note some of the hobbies mentioned in the left column of part C. You will ask students to pair up with a partner and read passage in part B. You will ensure that students understand the passage by asking a few questions, and with the help of students, check whether or not everyone understands true, false and don't know. And if not, you will explain with the help of students who know. You will ask the pairs to read statements in the table and tick the appropriate box, and you will ask a few pairs to share their responses to each statement, asking them to show where in the passage that information can be found. For the fourth step, with the help of students, you will recap the concept of telemarks. You will organize students to stand in two concentric circles in a way that the inner circle is facing the outer circle. You will explain students will correct information about hobbies as they have noted in step 3 from their classmates. You will instruct students to ask the students they are facing the questions given in part C. For example, each interviewed student is asked two questions: do you like singing and can you sing? And you will instruct students to make a telemark for each response he or she gets from other students. You will ask either the outer or inner circle to move in a particular direction, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, or to face a new pair in each round. You will conduct 4 or 5 rounds of the clockwise and anti-clockwise movement, ensuring that each time different sets of students are facing each other, and students record answers given to them in the form of telemarks in part C. While students are moving and interviewing each other, you will ensure that they are pronouncing key vocabulary correctly, and you will end the game and ask students to take their seats. Then you will ask a few students to share what is the most popular hobby or pastime they heard, and did the response surprise them? Why? For the fifth step, with the help of board and data from some of the students, you will demonstrate how a simple vertical bar graph is made. And you will ask 2 or 3 students who seem to have understood to come to the board and demonstrate how to make a vertical bar graph. And you will ask students to work in pairs to represent their tele data in the form of vertical bar graph, using only the data collected in the left column of the table in part C. While students will work in pairs and help each other, they will use their own data to make the bar graph, and you will move around the classroom to ensure that the students are at task and provide assistance to those who seem confused or have not understood. After all students have prepared their individual bar graphs, you will ask pairs to compare the graphs of two partners, how it is similar or different. And after all students have prepared their individual bar graphs, pairs are going to compare their bar graphs in manner of how they are similar or different. And you will ask a few pairs to share their comparison. For the sixth step, you will form 2 or 3 teams and prescribe the voice level for the quiz. And you will quiz the team by using the hints in the appendix of this lesson. And you will maintain score and create interest by making it competitive. And you will enforce the voice level during the activity, and before the activity is over, you will ask the students to watch the weather forecast on an English news channel at home. The second part of the lesson is typing lesson 2, and for the first step, students sit in pairs at the laptops. You will give the following instructions. For the first student in each pair, you will allow them time to complete each step before moving on to the next instruction. First instruction is log in into Typing Master and click Typing Test on the right side menu. Next to the word duration, click arrow and select 5 minutes. In the large box, click the title of any text, example Aesop's Fables, and click next on the bottom right, and you can type the text shown on the screen until the time ends. The second step, after completing the test, students can click next and the screen will show their statistics. And you will tell students to write their accuracy and net speeds in their notepads, and you will explain that you will discuss the meaning after all students have completed the test. For the third step, you are going to conduct the typing test round 2. You will repeat the instructions above for the second student in each pair, and you will repeat the instructions given previously for the second student as well. Now you are going to conduct a one-on-one time simultaneously. While students are using Typing Master, you will call them one at a time to get to know them better, and you will spend at least 3 to 5 minutes with each student. You can ask them about their schooling, their career ambitions, or their families. For the fourth step, you are going to explain about accuracy. That accuracy is the percentage of letters typed correctly. And then you will ask why is accuracy important. Then you will explain about speed. That WPM means words per minute, and this is how typing speed is measured. For the fifth step, you are going to prepare yourself by taking notes from Student Retention Techniques document as done in previous lessons, and you are going to conduct the pledge. Thank you so much.